The federal seat of Lingiari is considered to be one of the safest Labor seats in the nation. But with a nuclear waste dump in sight and the intervention under scrutiny, do people want change? Or will the controversy over Leo Abbott hurt the Liberals' chances of wresting the seat away from Labor's Warren Snowden? Amy Marshall takes a look at the Territory electorate that's more than 5 times the size of Victoria.
Spanning 1.3 million square kilometres from the South Australian border to the Indian Ocean, including Christmas and the Cocos Islands, the federal electorate of Lingiari is the second largest in Australia, and more than 40% of the population is Aboriginal. The intervention in the Northern Territory is not popular in some circles, and there's strong opposition to Labor's plan to locate a nuclear waste dump at Muckaty Station, north of Tennant Creek. But will the seat of Lingiari be won or lost on these national issues? Or do voters want closer to home concerns addressed?
Safety, safety in community, safety in Alice Springs, but I think particularly safety for women and children in all our communities.
Well, government changes all the time, but bureaucracy stays the same. And that's hard to change.
A lot more infrastructure for people who live in the bush. That needs to be looked at quite seriously.
I like to see an Aboriginal elder in that House of Parliament.
This election, 5 other candidates are joining Warren Snowden on the ballot paper, with Leo Abbott running for the Country Liberals, Town Camp resident Barbara Shaw for the Greens, Humpty Doo's Peter Flynn for the Citizens Electoral Council, and Deirdre Finter and Kenny Leck-Leitner standing as independents. Dr Rolf Gerritsen is the Central Australian research leader at Charles Darwin University. He says the intervention is a thorn in the side of any potential government. Dr Gerritsen says people feel the Labor Party isn't providing much of an alternative to the Howard government initiative, which may play into the hands of the Greens.
It's probably the second issue after law and order and alcohol and those associated type issues. But in a sense, those issues are larger now because of the intervention, and people leaving their home communities and coming to the bigger towns on the highway.
Dr Gerritsen says while he believes the margin will be smaller this election, it will take an exceptional Aboriginal candidate to beat Warren Snowden.
From my knowledge of the way Aboriginal people organise themselves and where their loyalties lie with family and their language groups, etc., it would be very difficult. It's the only way I think that Labor could be defeated in this territory.
Almost 61,000 people are enrolled to vote in the seat of Lingiari. Amy Marshall, ABC News, Alice Springs.